quick video on valve jobs. I did a video like this a while back on why your CRF and TRX might need valve adjustments. So this is going to go for pretty much any engine that uses a valve shim or bucket over valves. So you can see right here is a valve shim. Here's where your valve goes into. So as your valve, like as your engine ages, it's been ran hard or whatever, your valve will start to sink deeper into the seat. So for example, you can see, say a brand new valve sits about right there, and it has a 220 valve in it. As time goes on, it's going to sit down deeper in the seat. It's going to sit deeper like that because the sealing surface right there, you can see where it has a 45-degree angle, becomes cupped. I made a drawing up here just so you can see. It becomes cupped just like that, and then it causes your valve to sit up into the valve seat itself, which is right here. And then that requires a smaller valve shim. Smallest valve shim you can go with is a 1.20. Once you hit a 1.20, you have to either go with a +1 valve, get a new valve seat, get the old ones cut out, get a new one pressed in, and then get new angles cut and have new valves. Or if the valve seat is fine, you can go with another stock size valve, and then they can just take, usually at most machine shops, they can just take their cutter and they can just cut the seat just barely, so that way basically what they're doing is just skimming it a little bit and giving the new valve a new surface to seal against. So down here, this is a good valve seat. For example, say for example, this one has a 45-degree cut on it. You can see right here, there's a 45-degree cut, and then the valve seat has a nice 45-degree cut as well. And then I put these right here too, so that way you can show this is like a multi-angle valve job. A multi-angle valve job, say if you have a three-angle valve job, what they mean by that is you have your cut here, which is the sealing cut, and then you have another cut here, and then you're going to have another cut here. That would be a three-angle valve job. What that does is allows the air to flow in and around the valve seat a lot easier than if it was just, say for example, just a single 45-degree angle cut on it. Some valves also have 30, 32-degree, and I can't remember the other angles, but they have all kinds of different angles that you can get on. There's some valve jobs that you can actually get a 5-angle valve job, valve seat cut on it, depending on the application. So the more angles you have, the better the air is going to flow around. So once again, here's like what your valve seat would look like if you were to cut your valve seat down the center. This is what it would look like. And then this is what a bad valve seat would look like. It would be cupped. Typically what happens with these is they will, a motorcycle or a car that uses shim over valve style heads, they will have been ran with a dirty air filter or something for a long period of time, and then you get dirt and rocks and stuff in there, and it grinds down the valve over time. When you install valves like this, you cannot lap them in, especially if they're titanium valves. I've seen people talk about that on forums, about lapping their new valves in. Do not lap your valves in, because when you lap your valves in, you ruin the valve, it cups the valve, and then it ruins the flow. It won't seal properly. It's just not the right way to do it. Usually you want to see like a 220 or 180 or 150. Once you start going under a 145 shim or so, you're probably getting pretty close to a valve job, depending on how you ride and how much you maintain your air filter too. So like I said, once you hit a 120 shim, it's a valve job time. There's no way around it really. You can't grind down the shims anymore, because if they get any thinner than that, and I've seen people do this where they grind down their shims, and next thing you know, the shim shatters, and then you get a valve that drops into the engine and it ruins your engine. So hopefully that video helps you guys out, and like and subscribe if you're new.